Hey guys, how you doing? What's up? I'm gonna do a couple of tests here on Watchdogs 2 running on PlayStation 4 Pro. The first test is going to be me switching the resolution from 2160p to 1920 by 1080p. Basically, I'll be switching it to 1K to see how well does the Watchdogs 2 perform while it's running on 1080p 1K. And then I'll switch back to 4K to see how well 3200 by 1800 upscale to 4K runs based on the performance. I'm going to be looking for like input lag and performance issues, whether or not the frame rates go a little bit higher or not. I don't have the equipment to test the frame rates, but I'll be able to see with my own two eyes whether or not the performance is a little bit better or smoother. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and switch to resolution. I'm not going to edit anything. I'm going to just go right here and just change the resolution right here. I'm going to go back to sound and screen, and then I'm going to go to video output resolution. I'm going to switch it to 1080p. Alright, there I am. It's back to 1080p. As you can see it, I'm not pulling any tricks. And now I'm going to go to the game. I'm going to start the game right now. Let's see how fast it is. Remember, the whole purpose here is for me to test the Pro. For those of you who don't have 4K TV, for those of you who have 1080p, to see whether or not there is any improvements on frame rates and performance. Alright, so let's start the game. Alright, the game is being loaded right now. Let me focus my camera. And keep in mind, this is 1920 by 1080p. Here, I'll keep that display on so that way you guys can see it. I mean, I can tell you that there's a huge difference when you switch back to 1080p. You see how much of real estate and detail you lose. Alright, let's see how well this thing runs. I see a little bit of improvement here. Like this. I'll tell you what, I'll keep it like this. And I'm going to switch back. Remember, I'm just testing performance now. I'm going to keep it like this, and I'm going to switch back to 4K, spinning like this in about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm spinning. I switched it back to 2160p, and I can see that the frame rate, it's a little bit dropping down. I can feel it. See, I moved it back to 2160p, and I can clearly... Here, let me show you. I got my controller all the way up, spinning it. Now let me go ahead and switch back to 1080p in about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I switched back to 1080p. I'm sorry. I switched back to 1080p. There it is, right there. And I'm still holding control the way I always been holding it. And I see a little bit of a difference in the frame rate. It's a little bit faster and smoother on a 1080p. Hold on. But you do lose a little bit of that, that detail when you go drop down 1080p. Let's keep it here and let's look at the let's get my camera out. Hold on. Let me get my camera out. Let's keep it like this. Hold on. Back camera. Let's keep it like this, and let's look at the this wave effect right here, and let's see if there's any difference on the wave effects right here. Let's keep it like this, then let's switch back to 4K in about 4 seconds. All right, and let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we are back to 4K, and I don't notice that much on the water. I don't think I will, but clearly I do notice that the when I'm spinning it like this, I do notice that it's a little bit slower frame rate. And I got my controller all the way to the right, and I'm going all the way to the left, and this is as fast as it's going, like this. Alright, so let me go and switch it back to a 1080p just to see if there's any boost in performance going like this. So in about 4 seconds, let me switch it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm back to the 4K, and it's just much faster, dude. Like the frame rate really kicks in when I switch back to 1080p. There it is right there. It's just faster. And here's my controller. You see, I push it all the way down like this. Here, let's keep it like this, and I'll switch back to a 4K version in about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I switch back to 4K, and you can see frame rate goes up and down, goes up and down, goes up and down. You see, it goes a little bit faster, then it slows down, and I'm holding it. There's my controller right here. I'm holding it. And let's go a little bit up here. I mean, I noticed a little bit that the frame rate drops down a little bit because, you know, you're running the game at 3200 by 1800 upscale to 4K. So right there, you lose a little bit of frame rates. I mean, it's not bad. It's just that, you know, all that detail and the resolution, you have to sacrifice a little bit on the frame rates. Okay, let's go switch back to a 1080p right here. I'll keep it like this, and in about 3 seconds I'm going to switch back to 1080p, just see if there's any difference in frame rates in about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Alright, there we are, 1080p, and it's just faster, man, you know. I mean, naturally it's gonna be faster, you know what I mean? Everything's just gonna look faster and smoother because you got that 4 teraflops and you got 1080p. Everything's much more smoother, you know. Because yeah, that extra 4 teraflops in the CPU, faster CPU, 9 gigabytes of GDDR5 RAM. When I say 9, because I heard that there's an extra gigabyte of RAM in there. So everything's faster. Okay, let's go over here. Let's see when he's running. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this. When he's running, let's see how fast, if there's any differences. Let's go like this. And then in about 3 seconds, I'm going to switch it back to 4K. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so I'm back to the 4K. And you can see a little bit that the resolution, of course, resolution does slow down the frame rate a little bit. But it's not to the point where it's like, oh my god, it's not that bad, you know. I'm okay with 30 frames per second. It doesn't really bother me, you know. But this is the one thing, you know, when you like moving the thumbstick around, it doesn't go as faster as you would want it to be. I mean, it is fast, but you do notice a little bit of a, you know, drop in the frame rates. Anyway, so there it is, guys. That was my little comparison between 1080p on the Pro and a 4K upscaled on the Pro.